King Solomon's tomb has been a mystery for centuries, but when archaeologists finally found it, they were unprepared for what lay inside. From priceless treasures to eerie warnings, the discoveries inside were nothing like anyone expected. Let's dive into the shocking secrets that have haunted the tomb for centuries. The search for King Solomon's tomb has been one of the most enduring mysteries in the world of archaeology and history. King Solomon, the legendary biblical king of Israel, is known not only for his incredible wealth and wisdom, but also for his connection to mysticism and divine wisdom. He is said to have possessed a vast treasure trove, one that included golden relics, precious stones, and mystical objects, many of which have been the subject of speculation for centuries. For decades, researchers and adventurers have scoured the ancient lands of Israel and Egypt, trying to locate the final resting place of the great king. Theories abound about where Solomon's tomb might lie, from the Mount of Olives to hidden caverns beneath Jerusalem. Yet the tomb itself remained an enigma, lost to time, as though it had been deliberately hidden away. The legend of Solomon's tomb has persisted throughout history, fueled by stories passed down from generation to generation. However, a groundbreaking discovery took place in the late 20th century, when a team of archaeologists stumbled upon what they believed could be King Solomon's final resting place. This discovery was not the result of a haphazard search, but a targeted excavation beneath what appeared to be an ancient royal site. At first, the researchers found nothing more than rubble and layers of stone, but as they dug deeper, something unexpected appeared. Massive stone walls, intricately carved with symbols, as though the tomb had been carefully protected for centuries. With the walls exposed, they uncovered a series of artifacts, golden crowns, ornate jewelry, and precious stones that could only belong to a figure of immense significance. These treasures provided the first concrete evidence that they were on the right track. Yet it was the mysterious aura of the site that struck them most. The very air in the tomb felt heavy, charged with an almost supernatural presence. The very notion that they might be standing before the tomb of the legendary King Solomon sent shivers down the archaeologists' spines. As the team continued their work, they began to encounter objects that didn't seem to belong in a typical royal burial. Among the treasures were mysterious amulets, strange tools, and inscriptions written in ancient scripts, many of which were completely unfamiliar. These were not just the markers of a king's resting place, but perhaps ritualistic items meant to protect the tomb from intruders or serve a higher purpose. Could the tomb not only hold the remains of King Solomon, but also secrets of unimaginable power? The discovery raised more questions than it answered. What lay beneath the surface of these findings? Was this really King Solomon's tomb? Or had they uncovered something much darker, tied to a mystical legacy that had been buried for centuries? The more they uncovered, the more the archaeologists felt that they had opened something far more dangerous than they had ever imagined. What else could be hidden in King Solomon's tomb that left the archaeologists terrified? Could the discoveries inside go beyond just treasure and hold dark secrets meant to stay buried forever? As the archaeologists delved deeper into the tomb, they began to notice something deeply unsettling: strange inscriptions carved into the stone walls. These were not simple engravings meant to mark a royal burial, but seemed to have an almost ritualistic quality to them. The inscriptions, written in a combination of ancient Hebrew and other unfamiliar scripts, appeared to be a warning against disturbing the sacred tomb of King Solomon. One of the most fascinating discoveries was an inscription that, translated roughly to, "Whosoever enters here will never leave unscathed." The words were chilling, and the archaeologists could feel the weight of their meaning hanging in the air. Was this simply a symbolic warning, or had the tomb been cursed? The inscription hinted at something far more sinister. Many of the inscriptions found on the walls appeared to be linked to the mystical traditions that Solomon was said to have practiced. Solomon was famously known for his connection to the occult and the supernatural. According to the Bible, he had the ability to control spirits and demons, using his wisdom and secret knowledge to command these forces. Could this curse be the result of Solomon's supernatural dealings? The inscriptions also appeared to reference long-forgotten rituals and ceremonies performed by Solomon in the depths of his reign. Scholars believe that Solomon had access to knowledge and practices that were hidden from the general populace, including the ability to commune with otherworldly beings. These inscriptions, which seem to be coded messages, could be a direct reference to ritualistic practices that Solomon himself used to protect his treasures and his power. These rituals were thought to involve arcane symbols, sacrifice, and the use of mystical tools to bind supernatural forces. However, as the team continued to decipher the markings, a darker interpretation began to emerge. The inscriptions seemed to imply that something terrible was sealed within the tomb. Was it possible that Solomon's death and burial were not just about protecting his wealth and legacy, but also about keeping something locked away, something dangerous that Solomon had contained using ancient magic? The connection between these inscriptions and the legendary curse of King Solomon seemed undeniable. Could it be that this curse was tied to more than just treasure hunters disturbing the tomb? Was the curse linked to the supernatural forces Solomon was said to have wielded during his reign? Among the most striking discoveries in the tomb were the golden relics that were carefully uncovered. The golden artifacts were not just valuable, they were exquisitely designed and seemed to possess a symbolic significance beyond their wealth. The relics included golden crowns, jewelry, goblets, and even ritualistic tools, each one seemingly more elaborate and precious than the last. But what truly fascinated the archaeologists was the intricate design of each artifact, suggesting a deep connection to the supernatural. One of the most peculiar pieces found was a golden amulet, which was engraved with symbols and images that did not correspond to any known script or culture of the time. The amulet, which appeared to be a type of protective talisman, had the power to evoke mysterious and seemingly otherworldly images when held. According to some of the archaeologists, the symbols on the amulet depicted astronomical alignments, astrological symbols, and even occult figures associated with ancient magic. Was it possible that these relics had been used by King Solomon himself to enhance his own mystical powers? The tomb of King Solomon held many surprises, but the most unsettling discovery came when the archaeologists uncovered a hidden chamber deep within the tomb. For years, the researchers had worked tirelessly, uncovering relics and deciphering inscriptions, but this new find seemed almost too good to be true. It wasn't a simple burial room, it was a secret chamber, sealed off from the rest of the tomb and untouched by time. When the chamber was finally opened, the air in the room became thick with a sense of foreboding. Unlike the rest of the tomb, which had a sense of reverence, this hidden space felt ominous and foreboding. The walls of the chamber were decorated with ancient symbols, many of which seemed to depict rituals and sacrifices. The most shocking discovery, however, was the human remains found inside the chamber. These were not typical royal burials, they were the remains of individuals who appeared to have been sacrificed in some sort of ritual. The bodies were arranged in an unsettling manner, some lying on stone altars, others positioned in a way that seemed to suggest they had been part of some dark ceremony. The archaeologists were horrified. For centuries, stories have circulated about the curse of King Solomon's tomb. Legend has it that anyone who disturbs his final resting place will be cursed, and this curse will bring them misfortune and even death. As the archaeologists continued their work at the tomb, a series of unexplained accidents and strange occurrences began to plague the team. Some researchers reported feeling an overwhelming sense of unease when they entered the tomb. Others experienced visions of Solomon or strange, unnatural dreams. Could these be signs of the curse of King Solomon? Were these experiences simply the result of psychological pressure, or were they signs of a lingering curse? Could something more otherworldly be at work? Was the tomb truly haunted by Solomon's spirits, protecting his legacy from those who dared disturb it? Among the many incredible findings within the tomb, one discovery sent shockwaves through both the archaeological and mystical communities: a golden key unlike any other artifact found on site. Crafted from a strange alloy, the key was inscribed with symbols seemingly connected to ancient religions and secret societies. What was truly remarkable was its unique design, suggesting it was not meant to unlock something physical, but rather something far more profound. It was found deep within a hidden chamber, tucked away beneath ritualistic objects, seemingly holding the power to unlock more than just the tomb, perhaps something linked to the supernatural powers Solomon was rumored to control. Inscriptions on the key spoke of an ancient doorway or portal, a threshold into another realm or dimension. Could Solomon's knowledge have extended beyond earthly wisdom, giving him access to something otherworldly? Experts have long speculated about the possibility of ancient secret doors, hidden passageways, or even portals transcending the physical world into other planes of existence. With his reputation as a wise and powerful ruler, was King Solomon capable of accessing such mystical realms? Some believed the key could open a gateway to the supernatural, or perhaps unlock an ancient prophecy left behind, waiting to be revealed. However, could it also unlock a terrible power, one that should never be disturbed? The golden key's discovery, combined with the strange inscriptions found inside the tomb, suggests that Solomon's knowledge and legacy were far more complex and dangerous than anyone had imagined. If this key truly functioned as a portal, it could be the ultimate clue to unlocking the secrets Solomon carried to the grave. But should the key be used? Is it worth the risk of opening a doorway that has remained sealed for millennia? Could this golden key unlock Solomon's greatest secret, or is it a doorway to a force far more dangerous than we can imagine? What to spot?